We streaming?
Yeah.
All right. Getting ready to go live on TV in just a second. Oh, you you sent me that piece, right? Oh, Stephanie. Huh? Okay, okay. All right, let's do it. Did you? You'd have his part, did you?
I put both of them up. You played it.
They together?
Yeah.
Okay. He will let you know what Jude saying. Oh, 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 oh. They don't get it right. And just when you thought it may be safe, it is absolutely, positively not. And good Monday evening to you. Welcome again to Steal, the most controversial, the hardest hitting, the rawest, not giving a damn who we talk about and how we talk about them, television talk show anywhere in the country. Hoping that your weekend was simply marvelous, no matter what it was that you did, whether you worked, whether you were out taking your leisure, or just enjoying life. I'm glad to have you here with me on this Monday evening. Controversy is what I do. Controversy is what I deal in. And I am one that don't give a damn about how you think and what you think about what it is that I do, as long as I am telling it just like it is. Get out your feelings. Get it. Quit whining and crying like I heard some folks doing last night. And I'm going to talk about them tonight. I'm going to talk a little bit about School Board Commissioner Stephanie Love and that sell out slave pastor Charlie Caswell. I, I don't throw rocks and hide my hand. I don't insinuate. I say it just like it is. I had the opportunity on last night to do something that I don't normally do. do. Had it not been for my association for Pastor Ricky Floyd and the Pursuit of God Transformation Center, I would not have done what I did last night. And that's up here on on a panel. I don't normally do panels because I don't normally do these meetings. Because in the last 20 years, I've attended hundreds of meetings and I see no results coming from those meetings. In fact, normally there's a meeting to say when the next meeting is going to be. Let me stop right here before I get on my tirade and wish Miss Lavinia Hill a very blessed 81 year old birthday on today. Miss Hill, your daughter Karen say that you watch me every day, and I just want to wish you a happy birthday. What's the name of that lady whose birthday party I went by Saturday evening? She was 80 years old, and I got a call several days before that this 80-year-old lady was watch, watching my program every day, and they asked me if I would take out of my time to come by the Southbrook Mall in the banquet room and wish her in person a happy birthday. I know her last name is Douglas. Wasn't it Douglas?
I'm trying to find it
Huh?
I'm looking for it.
Find the first name, but I
Lucille Douglas.
who?
Lucille.
Lucille Douglas. Happy birthday. She celebrated her 80th birthday. They had a great party for her on Saturday at the Southbrook Mall, and it was my pleasure to go by and visit with her for just a moment. You never get bigger than the people that make you. Okay? So, happy birthday to both of these ladies. And by the way, I do want to remind you that the Southbrook Mall is a black owned mall. Let me say that again. The Southbrook Mall is a black owned mall, owned by a good friend of mine, Mr. Willie Hopper. So patronize the mall, the Southbrook Mall. Now let me get back into this meeting on last night, and again, I served on this panel, excuse me, because my good friend and my brother, Pastor Apostle Ricky Floyd, invited me to be there. When you put me on these panels, you know what you get. You get it just the way it is. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't give a damn about who else is sitting on the panel. I don't care. You know, you say what you gotta say, and I say what I got to say. But I don't give a damn. I give zero, y'all know the other word to go right there, about what Negro politicians and Negroes who want to be seen and to excel and have their own agenda. I don't care what you say about me. There were some great people on the panel. My good friend, Brother Jeffrey Futrell, Boys University. There was another gentleman on that I did not know, white gentleman. They called him Coach. Then there was Brother Muhammad, who of the Nation of Islam, and I am a total supporter of the nation. Assalamu alaikum to all of my Muslim brothers and sisters. I totally support the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and I love the things that he has done for black men and women, but especially black men across the country. Then there was Colonel Sanders, not the chicken man, Colonel Greg Sanders, who is the colonel over the, what would that be, the North Precinct. He was there. Then there was Bobby White. There was another young lady whose name fails me at this time. And then there was Stephanie Love and Charlie Caswell, who has said he wasn't coming. And to the person here on the Instagram, walaikum salam to you too, my brother. am about, and I don't apologize for being about black folk. I don't apologize about that. I, loving yourself as a black person does not make you a racist. It makes you in tune to who you are. And then when you are in tune to who you are, you will not suffer from self-hatred. You will understand your history, well, not even his story. You understand your story. Come on in this house, Pastor, tonight. Not his story, but your story. Because the word history does not define black folk. Because it's not our story. They told us that damn lie about the Nina, the Pinas, and the Santa Maria that Columbus came over here on, and he discovered a land that was always inhabited. That ain't our history, that's their history, but there is a story that belongs to us, that we are the descendants of kings and queens. Boy, don't you start early on a Monday. Yeah. We are gods. Yeah. The Bible says I'm a god. I am a God. Psalms, 26 and 8 or 8 and 26, whichever one it was. It said that ye are gods and all are the children of the Most High. Little g God, because my big G God is daddy. I'm junior God, which means that if I am a junior God, how come I'm not performing miracles in my own life, in my own community? Why am I waiting on the white man who is my oppressor to be my deliverer? I know that's a little rough already on a Monday night. I have no respect for Charlie Caswell. He's been a white man's ass kisser for a long time. He pretended as though he loved black folk. He was caring, but he allowed white folk to come and they used his slave ass to be able to come into the black community. They needed themselves a token. So here comes Charlie Caswell, who just got his GED day before yesterday, who's trying to cut a deal with Stephanie Love. Come on, Pastor, you in the house. You trying. That's the reason he follows her behind her. That's the reason he kissing her ass, is because he is trying to get a contract with the school board. Woo! You better come on in the house tonight. Diane Center, you go off the page real quick. You just got here. Yeah. He's trying to cut a contract. He trying to get her. See, she tried to slide in one through while Dr. Hobson was there, and it didn't happen. She's trying to get him a contract. She's trying to use her influence. What's that girl's name? She got a job, her friend, her running buddy. Did you write it down for me, Dale?
They gave you the sheet. Sophia Smith.
Oh, Sophia, Sonia Smith, her running buddy. Get her a job. See, I think, y'all ain't got to go along with me. But I think that Stephanie Love is all about the kickback. See, the school board, now the last, when I was really dealing with them 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, they didn't make me $6,000 a year because school board members don't get what is really called a salary. They get a stipend. So if you are a politician, and she sat on the panel last night and said, I'm a politician. Well, politicians ain't worth a damn to black folk. She said her black ass on the last night, talking about we got a black mayor, we got a black county mayor, we got a majority black on the city council, we got a majority black on the county commission. We have a large number of black elected officials, which don't mean a mother thing if those black folk are not doing for the black folk that put their ratchet asses in office. Yeah. And I told them last time, I don't give a damn about no numbers. The numbers don't mean nothing when the situation remains the same in the black community. Don't tell me how many black elected officials we have in office and we still got all of the problems we got going on. Kiss my ass and call it sweet. Put some ice cream on it. Yeah. Charlie Caswell. You became pastor with you can't preach your way out of a paper bag, and it's soaking wet. I came on that for a funeral and heard you preach. Who in the hell preaches off a laptop? You write your script, your sermon on a laptop? Damn, you can't even speak on the dead without a laptop with your non-preaching, sold-out ass. Why you say he'll sell out, Thaddeus? Well, what do you call a black man that is pastoring? I ain't got a few folk either. You pastoring a black church, Union Grove Baptist Church, had a rich history. And the reason, you can't preach, brother. You quit the black folk. You give up the black church in Frazier, where we got 2 and 3 killings every week. You, the black pastor in that immediate area where there are many killings. Because the black folk that put your non-preaching ass in there can't pay you. So you quit black folk to go and work for the white man's ministry. You got the white man's penis all the way down your throat, Charlie Caswell. How does that white meat taste, brother? How does the semen that is dripping from the white man's penis taste down your throat with your sell-out ass? You walk away from black folk in the black community to go to work for white folk? I don't like your punk ass. I'm just like, you're a bitch to me. Because only a black man with bitch tendencies walk away from his people. How can you say that you want to help black folk when you walking away from black folk? Brother, my church don't pay me. I ain't got no whole lot of folk on Sunday morning because they scared of real. They want that by and by going to heaven bullshit. That's what black folk want to hear. You don't want to hear about living right now. You want to die and go to heaven, and you don't even understand that Jesus didn't come that you die. He said, I am come that ye may have life and have that life more abundantly. Damn it, I ain't in no hurry to try to go no heaven. So you one of them punk ass, black ass, skinny ass, GED having preachers. I said day from yesterday. That now you want to scheme and to manipulate black folk with this program you call ACEs. You want to go in and deal with trauma. So I asked somebody, what kind of trauma has this Negro went through? He said they told me, he said he saw 2 of his friends get killed. Well, damn, it's a whole lot of folk in this city that's qualified. You don't even know how to deal with trauma because, you know, you blocked me off Facebook, you blocked Dell off of Facebook, but you got to be wise enough to know that I can find out and see anything I want to see. I am the fatty bear. Like it or not, I'm good at what I do. Then I go to your page, and if you can deal with trauma, then why? Let me call. Give me a little water. I'm on fire. Your GED having ass, you kissing the ass of Stephanie Love so you can get your little contract. But you don't know how to deal with trauma because you can't deal with folks talking about you. What your little page here said? Being mad at a man. This is on this one of your posts, Charlie Caswell. Being mad at a man providing for his family is like a child being mad at another child because he made an A on a test. Now, don't that sound real bitchy? That's real bitchy. I'm not mad at you, brother, because you're trying to provide for your family. But you think the white man cares about you? He's using your punk ass. He's using you as an instrument of his pleasure. White man over at the white folks church, your black ass ain't gonna preach one time. Because hell, if they let your ass get up, all the people's gonna walk out with your non-preaching ass anyway. But you go on being mad at a man providing for his family. So you walk out on the church family that you wanted. You wanted to be a pastor. Yeah, you wanted to be a pastor. So you walk out on your church family because your church family couldn't support you, and you don't want to go get your GED having ass no damn job. You think that you are a community activist, and you ain't what the little bird left on the little fence. Then what else? And see, you kissing Stephanie Love's ass. So, my friend, that's what you wrote to her. Don't be moved by foolishness others say about you. They are envious of how God is favoring you. They want what you got. Hell, Stephanie ain't the only somebody that went to jail and came back and doing all right. Hell, I've been to jail. Hey, I been. I'm all right. So what we gonna be envious of? We gonna be envious of her criminal background? No, she has repented, I guess. Unless the only thing she's stealing now is kickbacks under the table of politicians. Cause if all you're getting is $6,000 to $8,000, you ain't got no money. That's what he said. Yeah. Then he said, I guess you be talking to me. Warning, be careful what you entertain in this season. You will be rewarded with the fruit of that harvest. Stop listening to fools. Parker, you calling me a fool? Ooh. I can see your Facebook page anytime I get ready. You're a sellout. And Stephanie, let me show you what a GED would do. He went to talk about you, to tell people how great you are. He said, and this was April 18 at 2:47 in the afternoon. This is what your GED having person that trying to get a contract to go into the schools and talk about trauma. But when I read these posts, look like he traumatized. How he gonna go and talk to somebody about trauma? And he already traumatized himself. Y'all gonna give him a contract with his GED having ass. You gonna give him a contract because he happened to see two of his friends killed. He go to a 2-day course, and y'all gonna try to slide him a contract? Well, he get paid to go into schools to talk about trauma. It's traumatizing that a black man in 2019 ain't got the balls to be black. You want to kiss the ass of white folk because your GED having ass can't go out and create a real job. Your ass won't fight for black folk. You rather leave black folk and go work for white folk. Damn, nigga. Well, let me read what you wrote here. April 18th, 2:47 p.m. Citizens of District 3, Shelby County School Board, don't let no one lie to you about who our school board member Stephanie Love truly is. I don't know a more sold out, hard working, dedicated. Wait. What you said, Charlie? Charlie, I don't know a more what? Sold out. Charlie, you wrote this. Charlie said, I don't know. Let me put this up to these old eyes. I don't know a more sold out. And you know what, Charlie? I agree with you. You wrote something I finally agree with. You may not have meant it like that, but the law just purged your spirit and you just wrote truth. You got it right here. I don't know a more sold out, hard working, dedicated, and committed to her district elected official. I guess it is hard working being a sellout. I guess you have to be dedicated to being sold out. Then he goes on, her strategy is and always will be the best interest of our children, families, teachers, schools, and community. I have worked with her for years, and nobody can tell you she would ever sell out to nobody. Now, child, you got to make up your mind. You already said she's the best sold out official you know. Now, damn, Charlie, we need to go check your grades on the GED. Yeah, you done failed. You failed the GED. Now, damn, they just gave your old ass a certificate or something. Cause it's right here. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Y'all go to his page. Those of y'all that can go there, he got me blocked. So he think. Charlie Caswell, April 18th at 2:47. He calls the girl a sellout. Then I see folk on here praising him. Tamika Turner, Aaron Lipsky, Sonia Smith, mhm, who she helped get a job for the Board of Education. Rhonda Loken, or Althea Green, who is joining in with her on this thing tomorrow of trying to push Juris Ray through without a national search. Now, I ain't got nothing personal against the brother, but with all the letters, and many of those letters went back before he even became the interim superintendent. I think that there needs to be a full investigation into the brother. And there needs to be a national search. I think that the best person for our children, whether it's male, female, black, or white, from Memphis or Timbuktu, is what is needed. And why is there a push to get them through? Yeah. Why couldn't they find? Juris Ray said that he was investigated in 2007. Was that 2007? I believe it was. For some mismanagement things. Juris Ray, who does not have a teaching license. Juris Ray, who has never been a principal of even a high school. How is he the best qualified? But why is it that they can't find the information? He said he had been investigated. The auditor came and said, well, we can't find no records. Y'all want to know the reason they can't find no records? Do y'all want me to tell y'all the reason no records can be found? I'm going to tell you the exact reason why the records are missing when we come back from these commercial messages. Am I doing all right?
Can you feel that?
Who's Sam, yeah, good luck, you'll be blocked, man. Who's that?
Oh, that's talking about, he said he's gonna go on Cashwell page. They told him he go on his page, he gonna be blocked next.
Oh, yeah. Woo. Talk to you about what? I'm working. Why would I want to talk about John 3:16? Man, if you don't get your motherfucking ass off my page with that bullshit. This ain't church, brother, but this is the gospel. Ooh, it's hot.
You can't feel that fan.
Hell no. It's down there and I'm up here.
You gonna be putting it to you?
Mm-mm. Because I don't want that roar to be picked up.
Okay. Oh, there it is. I thought I lost my.
Huh?
I thought I lost my pen.
How many more? Okay. We are in commercial break on TV. Man, you don't, look, you pay me for advice, brother. This ain't the consulting business. You need some advice. Man, yo motherfucker, look, I don't even want to be bothered with you. Man, you gone. Somebody said Stephanie only got a G, you just like Charlie.
Yeah. Oh, nothing surprised me though.
Now I don't know what happened to Instagram. It just went blank.
Cut off at that.
Huh?
And cut off.
Well, cut it back on.
Gotta wait till it goes way black.
Do what?
Gotta wait till it goes off way black.
Well, push some damn buttons or something. Shit.
So I take it to that.
All right. Has it come up yet?
Nope.
Cut it off and bring it back up.
I did.
And welcome back to the Thaddeus Matthews Show. Those of you on Instagram, we're having an Instagram moment. So, and I'm dealing with some things. Sunday, and before I get back into this, and I'm going to give you the reason in just a minute. There is a serious problem with the black man in America. Serious problem. That's the reason I'm pushing our boys' mentoring this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. In fact, we had one of the young men and his mother to join Naked Truth on yesterday. Hey, T-Shay. Glad to have you all as members. Young man in school, probably about 14, I think he is. and he's into graphics, graphic art. So we're going to see what he can really do. Our girls mentoring, we've got a young lady in there that has developed her own lip gloss, even with the kind with the little, what you call them things, that make the glitter on it. So we're going to work with her and invest in her to create for her a line of lip gloss. Because with all of the meetings that we are having in our community, if those meetings do not lead to action, it means absolutely nothing. So our girls and our boys will be meeting at 10 a.m. at the church on this Saturday morning from 10 on to 12. Bring your daughters, bring your sons. Now, this time, mothers, you can go in and be with the girls because it's really a girls and women's ministry. But we need your boys. We're going to start this Saturday, which is going to be the major thrust of what we do with the boys mentoring. We're going to start dealing with conflict resolution. How can we solve and diffuse a lot of the violence that our young people see and our young men especially portray? So have your boys. If you missed our first section, which was last Saturday, please have your boys there from the age of 6 all the way to the age of 17. Okay, that's what we are trying to do. We're trying to change lives. I don't like a lot of meetings that don't result in anything. Okay, that's what I want to do. Our girls and our boys mentoring program. It's probably one of the most important ministries that I have going on at Naked Truth. Sunday morning at the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries, I'm inviting men to be present Sunday morning. I have made the strong decision as a pastor, as a preacher, that the traditional Sunday morning can no longer exist in my ministry. Oh yeah, we'll sing a few songs, but the traditional message cannot be the same. That the message that I bring on a Sunday morning must be about subjects that are going to effect change in lives. Raw, naked truth. This Sunday, I'm inviting men. I don't care whether you're the so-called gangster. I don't care whether you call yourself thug. I don't care what your history may be. I want to see you on Sunday morning because the message, and it's going to come from John. The message, I'm going to talk about that blind man who was born blind. And they asked Jesus, Rabbi, whose fault was it that this man was born blind? My subject on Sunday morning, wives, you need to bring your husbands. girlfriends, you need to bring your boyfriends. As I talk about a very powerful message, you don't have to be a blind man anymore. That's going to be my message on Sunday morning. You do not have to be a blind man anymore. Please be there 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. Oh, they've been telling me not to come to your church. Come for yourself. Come and see for yourself what it is that I do on Sunday morning. I want to see you there. Because, brother, there may be some things that you have been blind to, like being a provider, being there for your children, being a husband, being a force in the community. You've been blinded. Well, Sunday morning, I got to tell you, you don't have to be a blind man anymore. This message is going to be especially for the brothers on this Sunday morning. Now, let me go back to where I was, because I want to touch a little bit on some other trickery that is going on in the city of Memphis that deals with Beale Street. Last week, they put this auditor out on TV because there was some talk about some mismanagement of funds and things of that with Juris Ray. And even though he admitted that he had been investigated, people from the board wanted to say, what no investigation? Now, it would seem to me that if he was investigated, hell, he don't know whether he was investigated. They bring you in, they ask you some questions, they do some searches on you. But why is it that they can't find no records? Why? Well, I got to reading, I love to read. There's an educational publication that is called Chalkbeat. It even shows here that in February, he is the interim superintendent. It shows him at Douglas High School scratching through the word interim. Now, that ain't the reason they can't find the paperwork. Okay. The reason is, I kept on reading in the article, and it goes back to Dr. Dorsey. Yeah. And in the publication, it says Hobson did not evaluate Ray in the 4 months they worked together. This was Hobson's practice for all the employees who reported directly to him. Hobson said recently that he did not include written negative feedback in personnel files to avoid media coverage. Wait a minute, let me read that again. These good reporting people wrote down, Hobson did not evaluate Ray in the 4 months they worked together. This was Hobson's practice for all of the employees who reported directly to him. Hobson said recently that he did not include written negative feedback in personnel files to avoid media coverage. What does that say in plain English? It says that the former superintendent of schools, Mr. Dorsey Hobson, did not put negatives into the personnel file because they did not want the media to find out. In other words, there was a cover-up. Say it again, cover-up. Say it one more time, cover-up from the former superintendent of schools to make sure that the media didn't get it. Because why you don't want the media to get it? Because you don't want the public to know about the negatives that are going on. It's right here in black and white. That the former superintendent didn't evaluate him, and that he didn't put negatives in the personnel file because you, the people, you don't need to know. You don't need to know about the tricks and the tricksters that you have working over your taxpaying dollar. You don't need to know. We got cover-ups. This by itself. It's right here. It's in the chalk beat. I posted it on my Facebook page. It was written by Laura Faith Kibibi or somebody, April 25th. It shows him so sure that he's going to get the job that he's scratching through the word interim, because deals have already been made with school board members. I got the picture right here. I'm a poster tonight. Hobson did not evaluate Ray in the 4 months they worked together. This was Hobson's practice for all the employees who reported directly to him. Hobson said recently that he did not include written negative feedback in personnel file. So what you're saying, Dr. Well, you wouldn't know Dr. Lawyer Hobson, that you only put positives? You only put the information in personnel files of people who work directly for you so that the people would not know. And I'm talking about the people, the community would not know. Could not get the information of investigations. Ladies and gentlemen, it's right here in black and white. this school system has a litany of uncertified teachers. You wonder why your children are failing. And I'm talking about you parents who try to do the best you can educating your children, trying to see what they do with their little schoolwork at home, is because you have teachers that are not certified. Somebody said Dorsey left because he got his 28-year-old secretary knocked up. Ooh, can you prove that? I'm just reading what somebody sent me. Dorsey left because he got his 28-year-old secretary knocked up. See, we had a school board that made Dorsey Hobson the superintendent of school, and he was the school board's lawyer. Come on. And you wonder why me, Sarah Carpenter, and others are saying we need a national search. Ooh, somebody said, they said her name be Kim. No, y'all, I'm just reading now. I can't say it as a fact unless y'all get me some facts. Then I'll say it as fact. But they sending the message to me that Dorsey got his 28-year-old secretary knocked up. Her name is Kim. What's her last name? When did she get knocked up? How do you know he put the bun in the oven? That it ain't somebody else's bun in the oven. There is corruption in this school system, but there is corruption throughout the city of Memphis. That's the reason they don't like Thaddeus Augustus Matthews, because he don't give a damn who he talk about. He don't care. He don't care. Because, rumor has it. Okay. That one of the people who had brought charge for sexual harassment against the superintendent, rumor has it that it was a man. You heard that one too, didn't you, Dan?
I did.
See, that is total corruption. See, let me tell you something. Your channel 3, your channel 5, 13, 24, and 30, they ain't gonna give it to you like I give it to you. You don't want to support this show, this program that's been on the air 6 years, and I ain't lied to you yet about nothing. This is the program that right now, 3, 5, 13, 24, and 30, they watching me right now in their newsrooms. See, when I put that post on my Facebook page about them not putting certain things in the personnel file, excuse me, watch and see. Don't a news station pick up on it? And if they don't, they should. But you know where you heard it first. Why don't you speak? Because it's my damn show and I speak on what the hell I want to speak on. Thank you. Somebody asked me about something. I don't even know who that person is that's got murdered. I got enough murders to deal with in Memphis. Is she from Memphis? Latricia Strickland. Lord, they keep on sending me stuff. Dorsey didn't just leave the schools on his own until I heard someone come out on a sexual harassment case about a male principal. Give me the name. Ooh. Give me the name. Is that why Dorsey's wife filed for divorce? Put that on my things to do tomorrow to research whether Dorsey's wife has filed for a divorce. Definitely Beauty. This is my show. You want to speak it, damn it, you speak on it. This is my show and I'm speaking on what I want to talk about. Okay? I don't even know who that is. There is corruption all through this city. Can I take you to some more? What time is it? 8:02. Let me take you to some more corruption in the city of Memphis. Let's see if I got time. It says Dorsey was sexually harassing Mr. Stevens. What, Mr. Stevens? What's his first name in the school? Don't be sending me tidbits. Give me the whole paragraph. Because I want to jump on something else that's a little juicy right here. Do I think Stephanie Love has an agenda? Yes, I do. Do I think that tomorrow's school board members will give less than a damn about your children? Lord, here's somebody else saying it. Yes, they are the voice. She used to work for the county. I heard she went on and filed because he got that girl pregnant. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Say it ain't so, Dorsey. Well, it's public information. It's public information. So we have to check the public information. Yes. Now, see if you can pull it up on the, I ain't gonna be able to pull the paperwork up. See if there is one file. Look under.
Circuit or transfer?
Check both of them. Check circuit court first. Then, if you can't find his name in circuit court, look under Chancery Court. Yes. Yes. Miss Wife, Miss Dorsey wife, Miss Hobson, if you want to give me the juice myself and keep me from having to do all the hard work, you can send it to Thaddeus.Matthews@gmail.com. If you want to tell on the low down dirty dog, Thaddeus.Matthews at gmail.com. And girl, I will spill the tea all over the table. Mm. All over the table. I don't care whether it's hot tea or Lipton's cold tea. We will spill it all over the table. I got to be up early and out in the morning anyway. And yes, praise the Lord. See, these politicians are playing with you. That's the reason the title of the show tonight is Cut the Heads Off the Black Snakes. See, we ain't got to worry about white folk deceiving us. It's these Negroes, the good Negroes. We must change the leadership in this country. Now, if y'all got some more juice, y'all want to text me about this. And if you like, you looking for it, Dale?
I am.
I ain't on the big pewter. My big pewter, I can pull up anything I want at a moment's touch. But oh, if I find it. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna hoop no more, didn't it? But a hoop go right there. Oh, if I find it tomorrow night, oh, the tea is gonna spill all over the floor, the table, and run. It's gonna run everywhere. Yes, 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 yes. Let me give you something else, real quick. The commercial appeal, I don't know whether it was today or whether it was yesterday. I don't remember which day it was. Miss Lucille, I know you watch it. Was it in today's paper? Real, whoever you talking about, you know, why you punk ass folk, you ain't got no following, y'all calling my page trying to get some likes. I don't know whether it was in today's paper or yesterday. The commercial appeal wanted to talk about the most famous street in Memphis. Look, I gotta know this number. Yes, who is this?
Carl Wilson.
This who?
The organ man.
What'd you say?
The organ man. Organ technician.
The what man?
The organ.
Okay, I'm on the TV, man. You gotta call me when I'm off the air. The organ man. Okay. Beale Street. They wrote an article on Beale Street. It was in today's paper, front page. Thank you, Miss Lucille. And they wrote about Beale Street. And see, they understand that black folk don't research, they don't read. So the white folk in the white folk paper don't give you the whole story. Or they tell you about it once was a black street, and they go back and give you the history of Beale Street. Or they bring it on down. Then they go back into, what year was it? 1980, I think that they did it. They talk about John Elkington. John Elkington being in charge of the streets. They give the credit for the growth and the redevelopment of Beale Street to a white man. But Negroes, you read your paper, show is, that showed what happened. But you don't know the story. You don't know the history. In the 70s, Beale Street was looking like a wasteland under the tenure of then Mayor Wyatt Chandler. It looked like one of them ghost town things on the TV where the tumbleweeds were rolling. There was a group of black folk that got together, went to Wyatt Chandler. And I ain't telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know because I have seen all of the documents, and I was in not partnership, but one of my closest friends, excuse me, the late Randall Catron, filled me in on everything. Wow, I got something in my throat. Truth in it. Let me cough this truth on up. White folk got you thinking that John Elkington developed bills. That's the damnedest lie that's ever been told. Let me tell you about that punk ass Jim Strickland. That many you Negroes have put your arms around. Let me tell you about the trickery that's going on even right now. Back there, tell me what year that was. Is it there? Let me see. Dorsey Hobson II versus Lee Hobson, non-jury trial. That's in circuit court, right? Yeah. This go back to 2017. Write that case ID number down there.
It's on the top, I got it.
You got it? It was filed May 19th, 2017. Dorsey Hobson II versus Lee Hobson. Lord have mercy. Okay, we'll get back to that. I love my job. I do. You know what? Let me go back to Beale Street. The history of Beale Street had been a black street. W.C. Handy, all the clubs, you know, had the boom boom room and all that old kind of stuff going on. Well, a group of blacks got together and formed an organization called Beale Street Development Corporation. Beale Street Development Corporation went to then Mayor Wyatt Chandler and wanted the city to develop Beale Street. Wyatt Chandler told them that now the city don't have no money. And sarcastically, Wyatt Chandler told this group of white people, I can't think of all the people that, the late Reverend James Smith, who was the pastor of Union Grove for many years, Randall Catron, and some others. They were able to travel to Washington, D.C. Now, the end of the story is going to break your heart, especially those of you that love Jim Strickland. They went to Washington, D.C. This group of black folk, listen to me, this is history. This group of black folk were able to secure $23 million from the federal government for the redevelopment of Beale Street. Listen to me, because I want you to understand the mentality of white folk, and I want you to understand what this administration is guilty of right now. They were able to secure $23 million. There was a stipulation in the federal contract that they would have the master leases of all the buildings on Beale Street for 50 years. There was also the stipulation that Beale Street Development Corporation and the city of Memphis were equal partners. For years, well, let me bring John Elkerton into it. When the black folk were able to get $23 million from the government, the city still owned the property, but they were joint partners. Give you an example how you know that they were joint partners. The FedEx Forum could not be built until the late Randall Catron signed off on it. Do you hear what I'm saying? The city could not go forth with building the FedEx Forum or the Western Hotel because it was in that parcel of land that both the city and the Beale Street Development Corporation owned. Let me go back to John Elkerton and how the white man got to be there. When they went back and they secured the money, Wyatt Chandler did not believe that black folk could go and convince the government to give them $23 million for the redevelopment of Beale Street. $23 million? We can't let these niggas be in charge of $23 million. So John Elkerton, who was a law clerk for then Wyatt Chapman, was given the position, you got to watch over these niggas and this money. So the city formulated an agreement where X number of dollars every month was supposed to be channeled through the Beale Street Development Corporation. Money was there for the maintenance of the street, and the other money went to the city of Memphis. I know it's time for me to take a commercial, but I got to put a little bit more on this, then I'll take a break and finish the story. For over 20-some years, the city of Memphis never received one dime from Beale Street. The white folk, John Elkerton, and a corporation he created called Performer, kept all, what I said? Kept all the Montees, all of the Montees. The city of Memphis didn't get a dime. Beale Street Development Corporation didn't get a dime. The only thing that they had was the Daisy Historical Center and the offices upstairs. The city of Memphis for many years tried to force Randall Catering off of Beale Street. The Beale Street Merchants Association got in partnership with whoever was running the business and did not allow Beale Street Development Corporation to make any money, to get any money. Randall would sell drinks and popcorn on the street to be able to survive. Lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. Randall got with me. I was on the radio. I had the hottest radio talk show in this city. I started talking about it on air. I saw black city council people try to force Randall off the street. Randall and I talked 2-3 days a week. He'd come by the radio station. So Randall and I finally got a meeting with the city council. City council had never seen the contracts on Beale Street. John Elkerton, the white man, was taking money from Beale Street and was going to companies, I mean not to companies, but to cities around the country. Taking Memphis Beale Street money and was trying to create junior Beale Streets in other cities around the country. But the city of Memphis never got a dime. I started talking about it so on the air. We finally got Willie Harrington to listen to us. Dr. Harrington created an investigation into where the money was on Bill Street. Attorney Ricky Wilkins. See, I don't need no notes for this because I know it. Attorney Ricky Wilkins started to investigate it. He found at least 10 to 15 million dollars that could not be accounted for. John Elkerton had signed contracts. He owned all of the signage on Beale Street without anybody's permission. He wouldn't get any OKs from the black organization that brought the money as the federal government stipulated. Dr. Harrington left office. Ricky Wilkins then found enough malfeasance to take before a grand jury and to indict John Elkerton. When Willie Harrington left office, Myron Lowry became the interim mayor. This black man stopped the investigation. We don't need to investigate no more. You got all of these millions of dollars that was owed to the city of Memphis. You talk about increases in utilities. You talk about increases in taxes. And there was millions and millions and millions and some more millions that had not been accounted for, that was owed to the city of Memphis. And Ricky Wilkins had did a forensic audit and found all of this money missing. Black man Myron Lowry becomes the mayor and the interim mayor and cuts the investigation out. Totally out. He runs for the mayor against A.C. Warden, water carrying A.C. Warden, who was known for carrying the white man's buckets, did not re-enter the investigation. But allowed John Elkerton to leave Beale Street, and I think they give him $50,000 or $100,000 a year. Even now, he retired. They gave him a parade. The white man that had he been a black man that went to federal prison was not indicted. Never even had a rumor of indicting him. Knew he stole the money. And let him completely off the hooks. I gotta take a commercial break. Then when I come back, I'm gonna give you what this mayor is allowing to happen right this very minute. It is heart-wrenching, and I want to post about it tonight. But the picture that Miss Lucille, that you put, wait a minute, we just got to wait in the commercial. I'll catch up with him. Miss Lucille, I'm gonna need your permission to put that picture you got of your husband on his deathbed. That you put on your post. I'm gonna need your permission. I would not do that without your okay. Because Randall Catron was my friend. I know I'm running long. I'm gonna do it. He was my good friend. Thank you. I have her permission. I'm gonna post it later tonight. In the store, the commercial film didn't mention Randall at all. For many years, John Elkerton told the commercial appeal what to write. Beale Street Development Corporation, because it is an incorporation, the position of the president or the director of the Beale Street Development Corporation passed on to Miss Lucille Catron. The city of Memphis, under Jim Strickland, is fighting this woman, this organization, spending millions of taxpayers' dollars, saying now that they have control of the leases. I want you to listen to me carefully. That they have control of the leases. The city of Memphis says that on February the 3rd, that Randall Catron signed away the master leases on his deathbed. Listen to what I'm saying. Found out that the lawyer, send me his name, Miss Lucille, the lawyer who had been working for them all of these years, had been backstabbing them and getting paid off by the city of Memphis. Their lawyer, the white lawyer that they had fighting for them in court, wasn't fighting for them. John Candy, thank you, Miss Lucille. John Candy, the white lawyer who had been working for them, was really working for the city. Now, let me give you this part. They say that Randall Catron signed away the rights to Beale Street on February the 3rd, 2015. That's strange to me. Because I got a picture of Randall on his deathbed that his wife has given me permission to post. And I'm looking at this picture, and there is no way that Randall Catron signed anything. The city, Beale Street Development Corporation is suing the city of, is suing John Elkerton and the city. And isn't it strange that John Candy, who represented Beale Street Development Corporation, is now representing John Elkerton? Don't you tell me about white folk. Randall Catron did not know he was still in the world on February 3rd. In fact, this picture that I have of Randall Catron is at Methodist Hospital on February the 3rd, where he was rushed back by ambulance the same day that the city of Memphis said that Randall signed over the master leases to Beale Street. Miss Lucille, his wife, told me that evening when she got to the hospital, John Candy was coming out of his room, where he had been in the room by himself with Randall. John Candy you signed that paper. But where is the black folk that's on the city council? Dr. Harrison has assured me that when he is re-elected to the office, he's going to look into this. Jim Strickland, you know what's going on. There is no way, and I'm going to post a picture. I got the wife's permission. He was on his deathbed, February 3rd, 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, in this city, it's time to cut the heads off of snakes. This picture will be on late tonight, no later than early in the morning. You're going to see that there was no way at all. Randall Catron was my friend. And when I see the black ass politicians that we keep elected, they don't give a damn about black folk. They don't fight for black causes. They all have an agenda, and all of them want to be accepted by the master. Yes, sir, boss. I'm that good nigga that you want. We'll be back after these commercial messages. We froze on Facebook. I mean, froze on YouTube.